Hello book nerds, welcome to Bookshelf Funny. I'm Kim. Today I'll be talking about one of my favorite genres, horror. Horror is one of my favorite genres. This is just a short video to quickly touch on it in honor of the spooky season. I love the spooky vibe. I really do. I can't say that enough. I like the idea that there is more out there than we can see, and that what's out there isn't necessarily friendly. I also like the idea that the monsters are inside of ourselves. So, as far as types of horror stories go, some of my favorites are your typical supernatural, vampires, ghosts, werewolves, creepy dolls, witches, all that good stuff. Those are my favorite types. I also enjoy a good thriller. Not a huge fan of the slasher style story, but it can be alright if it's done well. I read so much horror. Some of my favorite horror authors are Anne Rice, Stephen King. Neil Gaiman can do a mean horror story too. Come on, people. Coraline? You ever see that? Ever read that? Amazing. My love of the horror genre started when I was a little kid. I liked to sneak upstairs while my parents were watching spooky movies, and I would kind of peek around the corner of the couch, and I would watch what they were watching. Now eventually, my mom got sick and tired of shooing me back downstairs, and started inviting me up to watch the spooky movies with her. Now, before that happened, if I couldn't watch a spooky story with her, I would go out and find the book and read that instead. For me, a well-done horror story is anything that builds up. Now, I don't like jump scares. That's harder to do in a book than a movie, I suppose. But when it builds up slowly, and that sense of terror, that sense of eerie foreboding grows gradually with the story, that's amazing. I really like how Stephen King will introduce a wide set of characters, make you love them, and then kill them as a plot device to push the horror along. The horror that disturbs me the most is ghosts. I couldn't really tell you why a ghost story is something that I find so disturbing. Maybe it has to do with the fact that there's a creepy thing that shouldn't be there watching you. But ghosts are the thing that scare me the most. I can read a slasher story. I can read a monster story. I can read vampires and murder and mayhem and violence and gore. But you give me a ghost story and I am sleeping with the lights on. Hands down. No apologies. It's happening.
And this is why I can't put books here. Because little bunnies figure out clever ways to get into weird spots.
Alright, book nerds, that's it for me. I'd love to hear in the comments, what is your favorite type of horror? What makes a good horror story for you? What puts you on the edge of your seat and keeps you glued to the book or to the movie or to whatever the media is? Thanks for watching, book nerds, and as always, happy reading.